Is Bo also on and waiting?
There's a Robert,
Yeah, that's
and
him.
okay, let me get him right. There he is, and yeah, Ruben, right on. We got three people here.
Nice. Oh
Wonderful.
yeah, I think
Oh wait, oh no, yeah, you're the same one. Okay, okay, duh.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't got you. I don't know nothing about you guys, so I'll just shut up. I'll just wait.
Oh, there's
Cheers,
Bo.
man. How you guys? Oh, there you are, Robert.
Oh, let me change that.
It's
Hey, there you are.
it's
Boy,
Bo.
where did he go? Trying out my new background, but boy, it's take, taking me out of the there. Oh, that background's freaking me out. The background's nice, but anyways, James, can you turn on the light, buddy? Just turn on the big light, dude. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. And go clean the Porta John. All right. Hello, my friends. How you doing? Welcome to the
Hey,
Rooster Show.
Rooster.
Good to see
Hey,
you, Bo.
How's it
Good to see you,
going?
Ruben.
good to see you.
I'm freaking awesome. It's been a great day. Boy, this background's like chopping part of my arm off. Anyways, all right. I'm doing great, actually. Been a wonderful day. Had a good interview with the Take earlier. They were boy, those guys are actually pretty impressive. They're in a bunch of other bands, like Biohazard and all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, it's like wow, it's
Super
that was
group, huh?
impressive. Yeah, it's super fun. So wonderful to have you guys. I'm jamming you right now. At the moon dial is going on right now.
Oh, nice.
I got your new single. Your new single is amazing in slow motion. Uh,
Thanks.
I appreciate you guys, man. Great sound. I
Thank
like
you,
it.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
a newer single coming out. In Slow Motion is the first single from the upcoming third album, but there's another single coming out February 2nd. Um, which we'll start like teasing it out soon. But
huh,
yeah, it's
right
called
on.
Spiral Down.
Spiral down, right on. It's that's awesome. I noticed it was a lot of the vocals. Are you guys both singing like harmonizing together the whole time?
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys both do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I talked with this one band, and he has this whole band was on the show with me, and it's like I'm like so I say to the lady, I'm like, hey, yeah, um, you so obviously you're doing the vocals, so wonderful job, there's some vocals in it for Primo, and they're nice, and the main guy goes, nope, I did it. He goes, I did it all.
Did it all.
And I'm like,
that's funny.
okay, and then now we haven't talked since. I'm just joking. So we really
Yeah.
don't talk. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
think
dual vocal thing just kind of, I don't know how that developed, but we just, we kind of struck it early on and stuck with it. I don't know, because
well,
Yeah, I think
like on the David Bowie records, he's always singing with himself, and like people like Matthew Deere, it's always like two vocals. So I don't know, I just like the thickness of it, and it just
yeah.
seems powerful. Now
part
it's
of it.
even naked if one of us is singing. So
Yeah, totally. Part of it too is I think when we started, I think in Bo and I were in another band back in the day, not back in, I don't know, a bunch of years ago, and Bo sang in that band and kind of wrote the lyrics and stuff like that. And when we started
Yeah.
this project, I was kind of like, oh, why don't you let me take a shot at the writing the lyrics and the vocal melodies, especially since, Bo was kind of doing a lot of the musical production stuff.
Yeah.
So started kind of laying down for the first couple of
Okay.
tracks, and then
Yeah.
Bo started recording vocals on top of it, and then it was kind of like immediate where like the dual vocal attack just sounded really cool. So
Yeah. It's wonderful. It's uh it's actually really uh I I had the word right at the tip of my tongue too. It's unique. It's so unique that it's It's refreshing. That's it. It's refreshing. Than just the typical, the
Mhm.
traditional. It's going out on your own and creating something that is wonderful, and so good for you guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
I like your keyboards, man. Huh? Cool. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the dungeon. This is where it all happens.
Right on, Bo. So is that what you mainly what what's your instruments of choice?
I mean, I do a lot of the stuff like with plugins in the DAW. I use Ableton, but got a lot of. I mean, there's so many synths. It's hard to resist buying new synths. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've got like an old Juno 6 and like a
Wonderful.
string synthesizer. I got a lot of things. Never ending array of new tones. So
So
yeah.
so tell me about your band. Okay, so how long you guys been around? Ex-Hyena. By the way, folks, Ex-Hyena. This is Bo and Ruben.
Hey,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
2020 when everyone was locked away. Like Ruben and I started sharing files.
Yeah.
Nah, we spent like that whole spring and summer just recording our first album. Nothing else to do, so it's just to
Yeah,
go
exactly.
make music.
Yeah,
And
Wonderful.
yeah, yeah,
I enjoy
exactly. Yeah, I mean it's cool because I mean we're both prolific musicians, like but kind of by nature.
Yeah.
And we had been in bands together, but I had moved to Atlanta for a few years, so I feel like I came back to Boston and we knew we were gonna start working on stuff together. And then right when we were starting to like kind of collaborate again, the pandemic hit, and it was kind of like we just kind
Yeah.
of delved into it, and next thing you know, it's like we made the first album and started rehearsing to like do online shows and stuff like that, and we
Wonderful.
just kind of like really kept going. I mean, it's like we wrote the second album that the same way, so yeah.
Yeah, your albums have great energy to them. I love it. I catch myself getting my groove on while I'm doing what I'm doing around the house, and I had them on, and I was like,
it. That's
catching myself doing that. That's what I was doing.
that's what we want.
So exactly, I like it. I dig it.
That's great.
So wonderful, man. So how do you guys come up with your sound? Your style. I mean, where did first of all where did it kind of derive from?
Hmm.
What do you what do you what's your belief? What's your stand? What's your music? What is it? What's it
Yeah.
all about? Tell us about it.
Really? No, I don't know. I mean,
I mean, it starts
We
with
know
both, so
nothing.
yeah,
Tell
I mean,
us.
it starts with tracks, and like I don't really have I don't really I don't have a formula or method. It's a lot of just like fucking around and a certain
Okay.
either a drum beat or a bass sound or just like a piece of noise will just inspire me to write, like
Gotcha.
a whole
I
track
understand.
and it's just assembling pieces together until it starts to feel like a real vibe. And that's I get something that's in a form and once it starts to resemble what could be a song, I generally, for the most part, don't do any writing of the words of music. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to pass it to Ruben because I want to see where he takes it.
Okay.
I want to develop it any further than that. I want his stamp on it because that's what gives us our sound.
Okay. So
yeah,
Ruben,
yeah.
yeah, tell us about your part then.
Yes, I mean, really, when both sense over the tracks, what's cool is like, I mean, a lot of times it's like things are developed, but they're also kind of unpredictable enough where I have to kind of like, you know, navigate in an interesting way, which like that alone like makes it like a different than usual songs,
Yes, exactly.
because I don't go back and I'm not like, oh, can you like repeat this part so I can have the chorus longer? No, I mean I just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
dive
Yeah,
in and I know
yeah.
that like the unpredictable journey is gonna make it better. But yeah,
Yeah,
then
a lot of
then what
times the things that I think is going to be the verse is like not even the verse, and just like, oh, well, oh, okay, this is where this
yeah.
is going, and that's half of it is just the surprise
Yeah.
of. the anticipation of sending it to Ruben and like seeing where he takes it. Because, you know, when you're in a room together, I mean, there's a lot to be said for writing together in the same room, but there's a whole different vibe when you just develop an idea fully and then pass it to someone else and let them develop it without steering them. You know, just let them go with it. Let them put
That's
their
cool.
whole stamp and their own, you know, their own creativity, use their own creativity to come up with something that you would not have any input in.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Just passing it back and forth
yeah.
and letting
Yeah.
the other person, you know, say what
Yeah.
they want to say.
But yeah, I mean, what's cool is like, it's like,
That's beautiful.
even from the beginning, it's kind of like it was like at the heart of the pandemic. So I was kind of like going in writing, like the melodies came pretty quick to me, and then the lyrics I kind of went for this whole like, dystopian, like futuristic kind of thing, which kind of most of the first album, Artificial Pulse, is kind of like about those
Yeah.
themes. Um, and I don't know. I mean, I feel like the second album still has some of that stuff, but it became a little more introspective and just kind of like dealing with different things of like the mind and like just different things like
Yeah.
that. And it's kind
It
of
was
getting
more
even
emotional. It was
more like
more
that.
more personal it felt on the
Yeah.
second album though.
And the third album that we're working on is even more. So it's like, but
Oh,
but I think that like,
cool.
yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's
I like your
it's
process though. That's wonderful. That's good. I
Yeah.
mean, because this show actually started during the pandemic too. I was at home with a broken leg, ankle.
Oh God.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I need something to do here, man. I can do this, and so I started the Rooster Show podcast. So yeah, it's been fun.
awesome.
A lot of bands, yeah, that's how we communicate. Bands online, and so this is
Yeah, it's
cool. This
crazy
is
how
new
it's
to
taken
me
off.
because
Yeah.
I didn't know about like the video recording things like this. So I'm actually new to this. I used to do a bunch of audio ones. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was for someone
Radio.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Uh-huh.
this is nice.
Yeah.
Good mingling with you guys and
Yeah. It's
seeing
good
you.
to see your face.
Yeah,
So
likewise. Yeah.
wonderful.
Where are you
So
based? Where are you coming from right now?
I am actually in Idaho,
You're in Idaho. Okay. Yep.
Twin Falls, Idaho.
Yep.
Nice.
Twin
Yeah,
Falls.
it's a nice little town. I mean, they're growing. It's some parts of it like hasn't changed one damn bit, and the roads are probably the worst roads ever in the history of mankind. And the drivers are not the greatest drivers ever. So we're listed in the top 10 as one of the worst drivers in the world, next to camels. So yeah, it's pretty, but there's some nice things here too at the same time. There's some good memories and some funky memories, but some good memories. So, anyways, yeah, that yeah, it's been fun. So, how long? Let's go kind of change this a little bit. Tell me about Klaus. You and Retrograph are gonna collaborate together. Is that something I overheard
I
for a
mean,
project?
yeah, I mean, he's based out of Sweden, and he the last 2 years he's come to the US and done some touring or series of shows, and
Yeah,
we've played shows with him like two times, like both times that he came down. So yeah, it's really really cool hanging out with him, and I mean, I feel like for a long time now we've been kind of in the same circuit and supporting each other and kind of listening to each other. It's really, I mean, a lot of stuff like started like blooming in around the time of the pandemic also, which is cool, like online, so there was this community, it's a site called it's a site, but like mainly like an Instagram community called Darkness Calling, and
yeah,
they put out a lot of compilations and just kind of have like this kind of online community, and especially around the time of the pandemic, I mean, we met a lot of bands like Retrograph and just a bunch of other bands like Blacklight and Blood had some bands which were building really starting off at that point and have now like built up really nicely. But it's cool because I mean we kind of built relationships with some of these bands and we've
That's
met some of
awesome.
them and now when they come to Boston, like Retrograph and like Blood Handsome, when they come to Boston, we play with them and we hang out with them, maybe play
That's cool.
a few shows with them. So it's cool.
That's what I think this is all should be all about anyways. I mean, you can play, it's good to have that love for the people that you play for, and that you look to as like, wow, these talented people, and look up to them. I mean, it's good to be a part of that community of people, There was a
Yeah.
lot of good bands that
Right.
were starting in that time, and yeah, and I'm still friends with them. I love them.
Yeah.
Chronic Twilight, and there's a bunch of them. Oh, Guillotine Dream. I love those guys. Those guys are awesome. They're for Wales,
Nice.
and so, anyways, enough about other people. So tell me about some where do you get like your inspiration for your lyrics, Ruben? What what motivates you? What tell me about it.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I
Why
mean, I
was the
think
second album so much more emotional than the first? How about
uh
that? Let's go that deep.
yeah, no, it's a good question. Yeah, I mean, I think for the first album I kind of was really trying to write about different subject matter. I mean, I was kind of
Okay.
I write more like psychedelic style songs for a thing called Emerald Comets, and the at that around that time I was writing an album for that too, which Bo actually like played on a lot of it, but
Hmm.
and the lyrics were a lot more like introspective and stuff like that. So with Artificial Pulse, I really kind of just went into like this different kind of zone and world,
Yeah, I get
and
you.
there's still elements of that, but yeah, I don't know.
Kind of experimenting with something, an idea.
I
Is
think
that
with
where
the
you
second
get?
album, I was kind of like exploring, going more into like memories, like the path of memories and stuff like that.
Okay.
So naturally, like going into that
Reflections.
theme, reflections, memories,
Yeah.
like just kind of like um, going into that world, like made things a little more personal and introspective. At the same time, it's like, it was also kind of fun to like bring in a little bit of Ex-Hyena sinister stuff. Like, for example, Nightmare Pills kind of
Yeah,
has
yeah.
like all this like mind control, touches of futuristic elements. So,
Oh yeah.
there's ways to kind of incorporate some of that, but still
Um.
like bringing in the personal touch and
Yeah, definitely. You guys consider yourself dark wave or
Um, I,
what do you guys classify you
I,
guys as?
I think we
Or
have elements of dark wave for sure. I mean, we use dark electronic just to kind of because I mean I think we're a little more expansive. We very much don't try to like just sound like one thing,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
never
no.
set out to. I mean, the dark wave thing kind of just came when people needed a name or a tag or something to give the band, give us, and I get it, people need something to relate to. But we
Of
just, I
course.
don't know, it's kind of accidentally fell into this sound. And so,
Ah,
yeah, we kind of let other people make those decisions for
yeah.
us. What they
I mean,
want
I
to call
think
yeah,
part of it is like, there's, I feel like someone at a recent show like put it really well where it's like, it's like Ruben, you kind of like bring in the punk and attitude and Bo brings like the David Bowie soul,
okay. Yeah.
so it's like I feel like those two, and then obviously we're doing electronic music, so it's like, and there's like some dark themes. So I think just a combination of
Yeah.
those things really creates a lot of interesting things, but they're kind of hard to define for sure.
Yeah.
And
It's kind
I
of
mean,
like
we keep
I love
experimenting too.
ambient. I love ambient type stuff and trance. So you guys are like have a really nice little touch of both of those sounds and because the ambience. I love ambience because it was
Yeah.
like put me in your albums put me in a different world, so to say.
We'd like it to be
It
hypnotic if
does do its job.
possible. Yeah.
I will admit it.
Yeah.
I was losing myself a few times getting
Perfect.
distracted. Like, where was I doing? Here I am trying to
Yeah,
get ready for
yeah,
the
yeah,
show.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what was I doing? Oh
yeah.
gosh, my
There's
coffee.
nothing better than
Three
just
times
getting
I had to
lost in
think about my
it. Yeah,
coffee.
yeah, for sure. Hmm.
So I keep hearing Bowie. Are you Bo? Are you
Yeah.
is your name Bowie?
No,
Or
it's both.
just joking.
Yeah, there's a lot
Are
of
you
that.
inspired by Bowie's music?
Oh, of course. Yeah, big time.
Definitely.
Like, yeah, yeah. The Berlin era, particularly. Yeah, like
Okay,
Low, Heroes, Lodger, all that
wonderful.
stuff. Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
When he
that's
started to
awesome.
get really experimental, you know.
Yeah, that's sad for his passing. Um,
Yeah.
at least
Just
Reeves
years
Gabriel
now.
at least got a good job, working with the Cure. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. That's
that's a
right.
pretty good gig.
Did you see him with them? With Ruben, you saw that tour, right?
Which one?
The Cure tour.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
Reeves
awesome.
Gabriel. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I got to see him play over at Boise. He was at the show. Yeah, it was awesome. He's an amazing guitarist, just
yeah.
amazing. And it's nice to see him with a good band though.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, what's a band? What do you look up to, Ruben? What's bands that you like? Your inspirations?
Um, yeah, I mean it's kind of all over the place, everything from you know, Depeche Mode, Nine Inch Nails, but then, um,
Two of my favorites.
Wire, um, you
Yeah,
know, The Fall, Sonic Youth. I mean, it's really
gotcha.
so all over the place.
Yeah,
Kind of yeah, and then obviously there's also like a lot of other electronic music that Bo and I have been listening to lately. That's kind of really inspiring for us too. That's the thing too. It's like I feel like we're delving into stuff that's like really um really crazy, and then like channeling it through our kind of
yeah,
filter is really interesting
Yeah.
and cool.
yeah. Definitely stick with that energy, man. You guys got
Uh,
some
Good.
a great sound, unique sound, wonderful sound, pleasant to listen to, pleasant to just turn on and freaking do whatever you're gonna do, even if it's dancing or doing dishes. I was cooking Chinese food actually. Cooking Chinese for my wife. Yeah, she loves that orange chicken. Oh yeah. So she good girl. I love her. So wonderful. You guys have been based in Boston this whole time, or have
Yeah.
you guys are both in Boston?
But yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
We live
yeah.
like 15 minutes apart. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So we rehearsed at Bo's house, and it was really cool. Like, we play shows now all the time. Try to play around Boston, and then get out to a few other cities too. And so
Yeah,
it's
so
been
you're
really.
thinking about touring then? Doing some
I
touring?
mean, we've been doing we'll do like few day stretches for the time being, just because of jobs and like families and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah, of
that. But
course. You,
but but
you
we
gotta
try
have a life.
but we're always strategic though. It's like we've been able to like go to Washington DC, and like being in the Northeast is great because we can hit up like Rhode Island and
New
like
York.
a bunch
Yeah.
of the areas around here. So but yeah, I mean we'd love to like do more cities and stuff like that. Playing live in this
Awesome.
project has been really fun because I mean I feel like there's even more energy live. It's like we kind of
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
this just yeah, it was really it was exciting
Nothing
to see
better
how
than
it
seeing someone
translated well. Yeah.
groove to your music. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Bo.
translated
I
really
interrupted.
well from the basement to the stage for sure. We didn't know how that was going to work, and
Yeah.
no clue. We just recorded, sat in our basements and listened to it back coming out of our car speakers. We didn't really know, but once we did it, we're like, holy shit, this is even more powerful than the recording. And we
Yeah.
put a lot of effort into the recording too. So yeah,
That's
it's great.
awesome.
Yeah, it
That's
works.
great. Hey, can I tell you a story real quick? I saw
Please.
Skinny Puppy in California.
Oh,
Place
nice.
called Cinematic. And at first, I didn't even know they were playing that night. I was just going there because I usually go there to dance. It was in Hollywood. Loved
Yeah.
that place. And it was on Saturday. And so I'm like, why is it so much? Oh, Skinny Puppy's here. I'm like, okay. And I had to pay for my friend too. So it was like $20 each. Man, little turd. He still never paid me back for it. Anyways,
They never
we go
do.
in there. I didn't even pay attention to the show. I was right in the front, like have my chest up against it. And I'm just dancing the whole time, eyes closed, just grooving my ass off, just loving it. I remember they had two drum sets, but just and he was right there in front of me, but I didn't pay no attention to him. And then he came out to take his mic down, and he got on his knee and put his hand out and said, "Hey, how you doing, man?" And he goes, "Thank you for dancing the whole time." He goes, "That was really cool."
Nice.
I'm like,
That's
"You're
awesome.
welcome, man. Thanks for playing the good music." It was
Yeah.
freaking cool. It was just a cool little moment, with
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, who Ogre, good old
Yeah.
Ogre,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
very cool.
So, anyways, man, that's awesome. So you guys been doing a lot of shows there, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
I
it
mean,
how's the scene? How's the dark wave kind of goth rock scene in
it's
Boston?
cool. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of interesting things going on for sure. I mean, Boston's definitely like very much a rock town per se, but I feel like there's definitely been a lot of growth. I mean, both there's definitely a lot of dance nights that,
Yeah.
and but also like a lot of really good shows. Um there's a promoter they're called Dark Spring Boston, and they do some really great shows. They do a festival. We played the Dark Spring Boston last year, and the one this year is really good. They have Corin and a bunch of other great bands coming up. And yeah, so I don't know. I think it's a and the great thing with us is that, we love being able to play with a bunch of those bands, which are so varied to begin with, because it's like,
Hmm.
there's bands that are kind of more post-punk, and then some that are more like electronic, some that are more like industrial. And
You
I don't
know what I
know,
was gonna
but
say
I
that.
feel like I feel like we
Yeah, go ahead.
we can kind of fit in with a lot of those bands that,
Exactly. You
and
do.
we're even like, trying to bridge out and play with, other types of electronic bands that are in total
I
different
can
electronic
actually hear you
scenes.
guys playing industrial music, like industrial rock.
Well, we always
I can hear it, I can really I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the, like just have that energy, have that same energy, and just have that driven guitar, the whole that what industrial does.
Hmm.
I can
For
hear you
sure.
guys doing it. I hear it in you guys' music actually. I'm my little kitty cat. Here,
Well,
go.
we speaking of that, it's like
Ah,
we did
nice.
a col so
Oh my
cute.
God.
This is Cinna. Everybody
Sina.
say hi,
It's
Cinna.
like my old cat, Lisa. What
She's a good girl. I
were you
love
saying,
you.
Ruben?
We did a collaboration with Control I'm Here, who's more kind of EBM,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, definitely.
and that's definitely like shows like like
Definitely
Ex-Hyena
modern.
through like that aggressive
Yeah.
thing, and then
And it works really
often
well.
And real
oftentimes
quick, if you don't mind,
we'll like
oh, go ahead.
uh oftentimes we'll like have people that like do heavier stuff like remix our music.
Yeah.
Our next single, we actually have Morris Black, uh, who's also from Boston, who did a remix, and it's like it's so like
Yeah.
gigantic
Oh,
and
That's
heavy and
sick.
just like pounding, but
I
it's
wanted to
fun.
say that I'm not saying that your band should itself right now, your band Ex Hyena should do an industrial project. I say, as I was saying, that you too should get like a side project going or something. You know what I'm saying? Keep Ex
Well, we
Hyena
keep writing
going
so many
and
songs,
keep
we
that
might need a
energy
side
going.
project to
No, keep
put
that
out
Yeah.
the other
going.
material.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. But
Yeah.
I think that would be a good little EP side project or something, and
Yeah.
come in with
Yeah.
different names, and
Yeah.
all that.
Right. Yeah.
Different looks.
We're
Get
laughing because we have like a
get
gigantic
some,
folder
yeah, get that
of
black
songs.
lipstick going and stuff.
Yeah.
Eyeliner and all that. There'll be your
Hmm.
time to say, honey, I'm sorry, but I have to do this for the show. You know, that's when you put on the tights
There you go.
and the
All
fishnets.
right. Yep.
Come on now, man. I got my fishnet shirt. I'm not gonna lie. It's hidden in my drawer. I understand.
Yeah,
Gosh, if anybody understands. So man, that's awesome.
man.
Where can people find your music at? And and if you have merchandise, where can people find that type of stuff?
Yeah, so we're on Instagram, Facebook, Bandcamp, Spotify, X-Hyena. You'll find us.
Okay.
And our
You're
new
on
album is
iTunes also.
yeah, on
That's
iTunes
pretty
Yeah,
also.
cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
all the different platforms. And our new album is on Remission Entertainment. Gonna be out on Remission Entertainment. So that's a great label out of
Okay.
Oklahoma. And
Wonderful.
but I mean, it'll be we'll be post blasting it, and it'll be linked off our Bandcamp and Spotify, iTunes, everything. So, and I
Wonderful.
think there's gonna be some physical product too. So.
Wonderful. Hey, Bo,
yeah.
what would who? Oh, who would you like to thank for your success in your band and your time in? Oh, sorry, I'm having a cat fight. I really actually am.
You better break it up.
My son's working on it right now. You need help, buddy? He's got him. He's
Turn the camera so we can see.
I know it's better.
a blanket. Just yeah, they're really having a cat fight. You need help, buddy? Just a second, guys.
Oh, hi, Bo.
How's it going, Ruben?
Good, good.
Shit weather, huh?
Yeah, yeah. No,
So
I think it's a good call. Also, like have like a early shoot, like
Wow,
last minute thing tomorrow
that was
too.
intense.
tomorrow. Did you break it up?
You all right, buddy? Uh-oh. Oh boy. Um, yeah, my son might have got bitten or
Oh no.
scratched up.
Your son?
You bit? He got bit.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yep.
never. Yeah,
And I think that would be a good time to go ahead and end this show for right now and
yeah,
clean
I
up
think
my
that's
son's
fair.
wound.
That's
Hey
yeah.
guys, seriously though, I appreciate you both. And I got your back. I'm gonna get you some mixes and which gets played on SoundCloud. I my computer has been it died like a month ago, but I finally was able to get a new computer. It finally got here. And so I haven't been able to put out new mixes in a little bit and all that stuff, but I'm gonna get a bunch up there updated and get you guys on some mixes, which is like I said on SoundCloud. Just type in the Rooster Show. This interview will be on YouTube as soon as I get it edited. And I love you guys and follow me and I got your back, man. And I'll
Awesome.
promote
Thank
you the
All
you.
right.
best I can. And I appreciate you. And anytime you guys want to get together and do a live show, hit me up just like we did here, and we'll get one recorded. Make sure that do a test run to see how things report out right, beforehand. But
Yeah.
we'll record like a little show if you guys want right there in that room.
Right
So
here.
yeah, just
Nice.
right there where all the magic is.
You
That's
got
it.
it.
That's seriously.
Yeah.
And because what I want people to see is see what I see. When I saw you playing, and I just I got to take the poor boy. Anyway, so I just want others to see that.
Yeah, you're muted. You're muted.
I don't know what happened.
All right. All right.